I'm excited too about this episode.
Cool.
Because I remember that I was having a conversation with you before sort of thinking about doing pockets. And I came to you sort of seeking your wisdom,
Of course.
because I was wondering what it's like for you to spend certain holidays and I guess like special events when it comes to your mom.
Well, I guess it depends on the event. The other day, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? At Paquito's graduation, my brother's graduation. I remember that, my mom kept journals. And in one of those journals, she wrote something like, have the kids go to the tech and graduate and, have their dream career or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that now we both made it, I think is pretty cool. And it's kind of sad that she's not there to see that, because that's something that she really worked hard for. So in that, if I take a step from the situation and I think about it, and it's I wish she could see it. And I kind of even not being religious, I kind of think that she's there in a kind of way, Yeah. So, which is something that I hadn't thought about for a while until recently, that I think I saw something on TV, or I heard someone talk about I want to make my mom proud, or they had the same sort of situation where their mom had passed, and they were I'm doing all this for you, kind of thing. And I had never had that approach. Really, I did for a while, but then she died, and I don't think I went back to it.
So you had it before she passed?
Yeah, when I was a kid, she was amazing. And so every time I would do something, I would oh look, I did this. I got an A in everything in school, or I won a contest, or whatever. And it would be sort of to impress her, and make her proud and all that stuff. And then I sort of didn't have that feeling going on anymore.
Passed.
Yeah, and just now I sort of regained it, but more in maybe I'm an adult now, and I can sort of appreciate how hard you have to work to actually have things,
Adult.
Yeah, adulting is a bitch. So I was thinking about that, I want to do stuff, not exactly maybe to make her proud, but to show my appreciation for the effort that she made while we were kids and that sort of thing. And so, yeah, in situations like that, that's the feeling, I guess, of like wanting to be grateful and appreciative and that sort of thing. And then on other occasions, like, you know, her birthday is something that I don't
celebrate?
Yeah, like I do sort of celebrate it like in my mind, you know?
Like you acknowledge it?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
sorta. And then usually around her birthday I go visit my grandma because she always takes it very hard. Like it's always hard for her, so
I mean, yeah, her kid.
yeah. So I try to visit her around the time. And it's like a tricky thing, I think, sometimes also because my mom's birthday is 2 days after my dad's birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of funny. I don't know. It's always like odd. And then Mother's Day is like meh. Like, it's not meh exactly, but we usually, there's this thing where, because of how my mom and dad ended up, like their divorce and all that stuff, every Mother's Day is not like about my mom. It's more like about my grandma.
Yeah.
You know, so, oh yeah, let's take her to dinner or whatever.
Because you live with your dad and your grandma.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it also about your mom's mom?
Yeah, a little more. And I try to also like go see her. And like this year I try to be more like, do like a family sort of event. which didn't happen, but I went to have dinner with her and my brother and my brother's girlfriend, and like I made lasagna for her, and it was really great, and she loved it. And so that sort of thing, like we try to go together to visit her, or I try to make my brother go visit her with me.
Right.
So yeah, it's I don't know that it's gotten better. It's just gotten different, in not a bad way. It's just, like I remember the first Mother's Day, which was so awkward.
Which was when?
2011. Yeah, 2011.
And you were how old?
15. I was 15. Yeah. Yeah. So I was 15 in 2011, and that was the first Mother's Day. And I had this, like, I was in school, and the teacher, like, the English teacher had us do, like, a number thingy for the Mother's Day celebration, whatever.
Like a musical number?
Yeah,
thingy?
like a musical number. So we had to sing Mamma Mia.
Right.
Yeah. Which I was, like, I don't think it's, like, a very Mother's Day sort of song, but
it
sure.
says Mama in it. What are you talking about?
I know. And then, I was, like, I don't know, it was weird. Like, a part of me was wanting to be not so dramatic about it and just do it. And but there was a moment when I was like, I think I had to like take a break, and I just went out. And my teacher was then, I think she was informed or something about.
Not by you.
Yeah, not by me. And then she came to me and she was like, "I'm sorry because I didn't know, and that like somebody just told me that you just lost your mom, and so if you're not comfortable doing this, it's totally fine."
What made you want to take a break? Like, what was happening?
I don't really know. Like, I don't remember it. It's like part of the whole not remembering a lot of stuff thing.
I am realizing that's a thing.
It is a thing, which I recently learned. Like, I was in therapy, and I mentioned this thing of like not remembering certain things about my mom, and my therapist was like, that happens a lot when your brain is trying to protect you. It's not just selective memory. It's like a step beyond that.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, really? And she said, yeah, like, sexual assault victims go through that sort of thing, or like people that were abused as kids, and they come to me and they're like, I don't remember my childhood. And then I know it's a red flag. And so, yeah.
I mean, I see that, and I guess it does make sense that your brain kind of wants to blur it out.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, I'm just finding out that it's kind of a thing, because right now I've tried to remember how it happened, and I don't quite know the sequence of events, but it bothers me a little. Like, I want to remember, I want to, like, know exactly every little bit, because I feel like that's the last memories and the last moments I had with him, so it kind of bothers me.
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling. I understand the feeling, but I've come to sort of terms with it. Like, I get why we might want to remember those last moments, but I think they're not worth remembering so much. I think it's worth remembering more a lot of the, like, cool stuff.
I see what you're saying.
So, it's, like, nice to appreciate the dark moments, but I don't think it's something that you have to linger on, sort of.
I'll take that into consideration, because it is still very fresh to me. Was there a moment where you felt, right, because mine was in 2019 with my dad. So is there a moment where you feel, or that you felt that it was no longer fresh, if that makes sense?
I don't know. I don't think I can pinpoint, like, oh yeah, it's
right. Maybe not like the moment, but I don't know. Like, this year, I remember I still had it, and then at some point,
I think it was less of a thing. Maybe when I started college. Yeah, I think we should go back and like explain the whole story, right? But so she had cancer.